All right, so I had my client today, and it went really amazing. My Crystal Mirror Space Experience client. Um, it was a couple, and the girl who got in touch with me, who booked it, it was like a surprise for her boyfriend. She was so super sweet, and I did a really super customized special set for them. It was kind of one of my. I mean, they've all been great thus far. I mean, when I have time to prepare, and I didn't actually really have time, but nevertheless, I really went in, and it was so interesting because, so she told me some of his favorite music, and I selected like John Legend and like Bruno Mars, and the rest was like pop. It was all pop, right? His selection, but also like um, I so they were she's Chinese, right? And so she was telling me, oh, and he likes Chinese music in Chinese as well. So I found all this Chinese trap, like rap and whatnot, and it was so dope. I made really like really cool G mixes with Chinese trap. It was super dope. But as well as that, she likes Portishead, right, which has never happened. So I just came with it. I The first song I did was Glory Box, but I did it over the other Portishead song, the beat to the Portishead song. It Could Be Sweet. So I took the drums from the intro to that, and over that I did Glory Box, which was dope, right? And then, um, I did like John Legend, the song Wild, which such a beautiful song. Like I wouldn't have discovered that at all because I don't really, it's not really my lane, but it was so dope. I learned it, and like I'm definitely getting faster at and just better at flipping these songs real quick. Like I'm able to do it fairly fast these days, and that in and of itself is very rewarding because I definitely put myself through it today. I was tired, like going into it. I started practicing um like kind of early in the day, and kept going. I went home for a second, came back, kept practicing, and I had to drink my Thai coffee to like really kind of. I wasn't even gonna drink coffee today, but after a while I was like, no, I can't do it. I'm so out of it. But I was so happy. The girl, she was so thankful and grateful, and it felt wonderful, because I could really feel this time that they were hella feeling it, like and that's rewarding in and of itself. But she was so grateful. She was just such a nice person, and like so encouraging, and she really loved the Portishead covers, right? So I did Glory Box, then I did Wandering Star, which I do to Fourth Chamber by Liquid Swords, which has that like little like kung fu movie intro, which is just classic. And then I did The Rip, which I hadn't done forever. And the truth was, I kind of didn't really practice it until today. Like, meaning I've done it in the past, but it's been a while. And all the other songs were more new or more, that one I was like, okay, maybe I'll do that one. But just, just, just for fun and just to see if maybe I wasn't really gonna add it because I was like, okay, two Portishead songs are plenty. But then I started practicing The Rip today, right? And I was like, no, I don't know. This is really touching me, and I think I'm gonna do it. So I did that one too. Um, it was all really, really wonderful. It's so incredible because like I've done The Rip before, but it's been so long that it took me. I mean, just a couple tries on the synth to like do the vocal part where I'm singing it, but like playing the vocal part, and it's really nice that like this gig entails brushing up on the songs that are in my repertoire that I haven't done for a while, a long time, that I love, songs that I straight up love, but I haven't done them forever. But they come back pretty fast, and I have them in my iPod Touch with all my all the lyrics. I bring up the lyrics, and once again, for all my clients, I take notes now. Like I make a little folder of just like a page of just like shorthand of things to remember about the synth settings, the keys, the like the chord progression. If there's interesting extra things, I do with the chaos pad. It's like 0 to 99 as far as the options of the settings. Um, so to like remember which one, and it's actually really um, it makes it's very effective at like being able to just remember and organize the sets. So that's kind of like something I'm pretty oh, and also I showed her after, because now I also put the lyrics of the songs I'm gonna do, so I don't have to like leave that page and go to the lyrics and look. Now I just put them right in there with the notes. So I showed it to my client today, and her boyfriend, and they were scrolling through it like, oh my god, this is so much. Because with the lyrics it kind of does stretch out, particularly. And sometimes I don't even do the whole lyrics. I might do like most of the lyrics, like half the song, or like it's like a truncated version of it. Um, but yeah, that John Legend song "Wild," that was wild. It was dope, and then later I was playing it on the piano at home, because that's the nice thing too, is by deciphering them in such a way that I can play it on the synth, all the bass, you know the chords, and then I do the vocal part, which is like its own, kind of like synth part, and then of course whatever guitar and riffs that it by virtue of doing that, I'm able to essentially do it on the piano as well, because I already learned all the parts, and so then it's just about you know throwing it together. And I liked doing the John Legend one because I know someone else is gonna ask for John Legend. John Legend has come up a few times over the last few years, at least, I guess, right? It's like a common one. Who comes up a lot? John Legend comes up a lot. Um, Childish Gambino comes up a lot. So yeah, definitely knowing Redbone. That's actually, so I'm doing that one for my clients tomorrow. And I had done it for like um a client, a couple clients previously, and yeah. So again, it's like, yeah. Today was a good example. One of those days where I don't know what it was. Maybe because it was like a little warmer than the last previous days. It was actually quite like quite warmer for this week or something. But I was like so out of it and tired. But I was like, I'm gonna do this. And like right now, I kind of feel my second wind coming. But when I got home after that set, holy smoke, I was like really drained, because I perform for them and I host them and they're all sweet and nice. But then afterwards, I'm wearing this outfit. It's big, it's heavy, and then I wear the mask as well. So I wear like this one mask that comes over here, and then like I wear like a kind of like a mirror mask on, like kind of like Zorro, but like it's like it's plastic, but it looks like a mirror, and then the head wrap. But man, that thing, it doesn't really breathe. So when I finally took it off, 'cause I wore it the whole time, right? And even before they got there, I had to make sure it was on well before, so that it was like, it takes like 20 minutes just to put on the outfit and the mask and the whole thing and the head wrap, and now with everything, so I took it off and it was like all sweat. I was like all sweaty. Like by the time I left and got home, I was like, I wanted to come back earlier. Now it's like, what? It's almost 10. Oh my god, it's almost 10. I'm gonna practice more because I have the clients tomorrow, but fortunately they don't start till 7, and so I'll have time throughout the day. But I don't know. I have to have practiced enough the night before. It's like somehow I have to do it, and then between the time I have the crystal mirror space experience to the time I have to practice at least a night before, so that I can sleep on it kind of, and like when I wake up it's there, versus when I try to cram it in my head the same day. It's like uh I can do it, but I just like, even if I do a little bit, like tonight I'll probably do like 2 hours tops. I practiced a little before them last night, but I was specifically making sure that I had today's set ready. So I kind of did a little some. So yeah, I don't want to burn myself out. And even my client today, she was like, "Oh yeah, don't burn yourself out because wow, I can tell you work so hard on this." She was just amazed. She couldn't believe just how much music. In a way, I couldn't either. I did a 42-minute set for them. I don't know why. I just thought I got the best vibe from her and like her selection and just like the whole context. And even doing those Chinese trap songs, it was so fun and interesting, right? Like I really loved it. Like I can't wait to have another reason to do it again because like if ever that situation arises where they say, "Can you do like something Chinese something?" I'll be like, "Got you. I'm gonna do this Chinese trap I found." I'm telling you, it was the Higher Brothers. I did the song called "Made in China," but I made it sick. Where like I took the initial little sample and then I made a whole like other live drum like with live drums. I kind of made a beat out of that, and then I blended part of that with the original song, with the rap in it, and it was super sick, and they were feeling it. And I felt so happy. I was so done after. By the time it was over, I was like limping in both legs because I was like, I'm so tired, I'm dead, And like I said, I wanted to come earlier. I was in bed thinking like, okay, at 7 I'll leave. And then I was like, okay, never mind. It's 8 I'll leave. Finally, I was like, okay, at 9 I'll leave. Finally, I left at like 9. I kind of started getting up at like 9:30, and I'm here now. It's almost 10, and yeah, I'm about to go practice. So now I'm on to the next set, and I know I have a client Tuesday that I haven't even been in touch with. So once tomorrow's over, I guess I'll have Sunday and Monday, which is crazy. That's so crazy that uh, it's kind of unbelievable. And then I have Friday and Saturday too, more clients. Um, we'll see. I'm kind of, I'm kind of shook. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of shook. Like, oh God, because I'm already, I do a good job with it, but it's because I put myself through, this insane level, rigorous. Just the amount of playing I do is grueling and exhausting. But that's how you get the results. I guess it goes without saying, but the fact that I'm doing this for something I love, it really keeps my heart into it. It keeps my, because it's kind of like physically demanding, but so is any work. So I'm not even complaining, but it's no joke, and like I'm gonna have to get better at like organizing my calendar so I don't get too many bookings because I don't, unlike Peer Space where I have the option of saying, oh sorry, no. This one they just book it. If I said I said I was available, they booked it. I was like, I gotta, I haven't even have time to do this, but I have to go into my calendar. Back in the day, I would just make the whole month available, and then that would just mean I'd have a few bookings here and there, but like scattered throughout the month. Now it's like every day, so as soon as I get home, it's yeah, I can't. And I've had so many clients I haven't even had a chance to go in there and go into my whole, um, into like log in and go to the calendar and do. It's always like a little. It's kind of tricky. Like you get the hang of it, but it's not like I'm on there all the time. So their platform, the Airbnb experience, like it's got its own little trick to it. Like, um, yeah, yeah, I have to do that because this is driving me crazy. It's good, and I'm the amount of focus I need is it's a trip, and it's making me better at the process, at the playing, but it's a little bit maddening in that it's just like the amount of music I cram into my head and I execute and perform and sing and play. It's like um, it's kicking my ass, in a good way. Like it's like legit, like full time job. Like I treat it like a real job, in the sense of like, but different. Because a real job, you just show up, you do your thing, you leave. Here, I'm just on top of it constantly, and just have to grind it out. Grinding it out has been the main essence lately. It's just like, okay, I'm tired. I've been doing it, but let me just grind it out. And so right now, that's a good example. Like as tired as I was for the last few hours, I know I'm gonna go up there and get my second win and to just wreck shop. so that I'm ready for tomorrow for my clients, because they're so sweet too. Like the lady, she she was like lived down the street from me, like a couple blocks away. These folks, she heard about what I do, and she went and booked me for this, and they've been just so super sweet. So yeah, I'm learning. I started working on it last night, and um, you know, but yeah. So I'm doing Fleetwood Mac Dreams, and then I'm gonna do Redbone, Childish Gambino, and then a bunch of other artists. She said like a lot of like producers, like kind of obscure producers. One was called like Son Lux, and then another one was called Pensies, and someone else. But yeah. Anyway, so here we go. About to do it one more time. Another Crystal Mirror Space Experience adventure, and yeah. All right. Well, see you next time. Peace.